now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation. Dmitry, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. As you propose, we will dissolve all diplomatic formalities and welcomes in the sand of the hourglass and get right to the crux of the matter. The situation in Haiti, Mr. President, gives rise to mixed feelings. On the one hand, from report to report on the UN mission, we are seeing increasingly optimistic assessments regarding the restoration of national ownership. In that regard, the Secretary General's assessment that by October, the National Police of Haiti will be able to fully assume responsibility for the security and protection of the country is quite indicative. On the other hand, Haitians' awareness of national ownership for the future of their country is causing them to be increasingly active in public life and in expressing their civic position. And this has given rise to challenges that are typical for mature states. We have been observing the new wave of tensions in the socio-political life of the country with concern. Popular unrest in recent months has developed in waves. There were surges in October and November of last year, and by February of this year, a mass wave of protests erupted across the country and took dozens of lives. We are seeing attempts by the country's leadership to normalize the situation. However, we are forced to note that the resignation of the government headed by the Prime Minister was not able to prevent the joint call of opposition forces to launch a mass protest. Of course, the right to peaceful assembly and freedom of expression is an unalienable one. However, we must not forget that such rights must be exercised in strict unconditional compliance with national legislation. Such disagreements between government and society are not new. They also exist in other places in the Western Hemisphere and around the whole world, indeed. We have ceaselessly reiterated that the only effective way to resolve national differences is through inclusive national dialogue. Only it can lead to a viable, lasting solution, regardless of what state is in question. We have always said that we see attempts of armed opposition against legitimate authorities to be extremely dangerous. They do not facilitate consolidation and do not meet the needs of the ongoing development of states. Therefore, we, like the Secretary General, hope that Haitians will be able to overcome their differences through constructive national dialogue that is inclusive as possible and strictly peaceful. And this is particularly important in light of the upcoming elections in the country. We're also convinced that in this moment, which is a complicated one for Haiti, the international community cannot remain indifferent. It must help the government and people of Haiti in implementing their national ownership of the post-conflict peace-building process. Much work lies ahead for UN personnel, whose role will be to provide maximal assistance to Haitian authorities. The question is, how specifically can international assistance be as effective as possible? For instance, we have long been saying that the situation in Haiti is not a threat to international peace and security, which means there is no need to continue applying the Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter to the country. That is why a year ago we abstained during voting on Resolution 2410, which, upon the insistence of the American delegation, extends the application of Chapter 7 even to the mandate of the mission to assist monitoring human rights in the country, and our position on this remains unchanged. To conclude, Mr. President, allow me to assure you that Russia supports Port-au-Prince and will continue working to ensure that the outcome of the Security Council's work is a true normalization of the situation in Haiti, strengthening the Haiti and the self-sufficiency of this state. I thank you.
Thank you very much for your statement, again, exactly on time.